And today I want to tell you a story. And I want to tell you a story about a guy named Rick. Now, Rick was a smart, hardworking guy, very successful, very committed to his career. He worked long hours. He rose through the ranks of his company because he was really smart, really hardworking. He got everything done. But because Rick was so busy, he didn't have a lot of time to take care of himself. He didn't spend a lot of time going to the gym, exercising. He wasn't so focused on nutrition or maintaining his health. But he was financially savvy. And not only did he rise in the ranks of his business, but he was also smart. He started stacking Bitcoin at an early age. When you're trying to look and decide what your goals are, some common sort of categories of goals are shoot for the fences. In other words, maximize your chance of getting a really big outcome, improving your average success rate, minimizing downside risk, or perhaps just buying time. So Rick retires early at age 60, and they threw this big party for Rick, and everybody's celebrating him, and they're toasting him, and it's just the party of the century. But a few months later, what do you think happened to all of Rick's work friends? They all disappeared. His friends all evaporated. Why? Well, it's not that Rick was a bad guy. He was a perfectly pleasant guy. Nothing wrong with him. But his friends weren't real friends. They were work friends. They were colleagues. They were friends that he had because they had the same boss and they could gossip about what they were doing for work that day. They were friends because they were working in the same place and they had the same schedule, and they would go and they would hang out after work. Invest in your friends. So I'll tell you, some of my best friends are actually people that I met in high school and college. I'm from California, so they're all in California for the most part. You know, I'll text them, I'll speak to them on the phone every now and then, but I realized I hadn't seen many of them for a while. You know, oftentimes you only see your old friends if something happens, like a big birthday or a wedding, or hopefully not, but a funeral. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to visit them. There's no occasion, there's no holiday, there's no agenda, there's no business interest. I'm going to take a week off work, I'm going to go to California, and I'm going to go visit them and hang out with my friends. So Rick falls at home. He gets whisked away to the hospital, and they decide that he needs to get emergency surgery to fix his broken hip. He gets his surgery, and luckily enough, he does all right. Now, he's in the recovery room, waiting to go home. He's there for a couple hours after surgery. No one is there with him because he has no friends. He's there by himself, recovering from surgery all alone. This concept of human performance optimization. And what that is you want your soldiers in the field, you want your generals, you want all those people to be in the best shape possible before you need to make these decisions. Now, certainly, as someone who's done overnight call myself, and you all, I'm sure, have worked overnights, everybody in this room could attest, you don't make your best decision after you've worked overnight. You don't make your best decision when you are sleep deprived. So Rick wants to, once he's recovered, he wants to go and he wants to walk over to his favorite sports bar. It's just a couple blocks down, but you have to cross this big street. He thinks he could do it. Now, one thing he doesn't realize is when you get older, recovering from an injury like a broken bone is not like when you're 20. A 60, 70, 80-year-old, they break a bone, you break your hip. It's not the same as a 20-year-old football player who breaks their hip playing football. So even though he's recovered, he's not able to do what he used to do. The difference between risk and uncertainty. What risk means, and these are often confused, and they're confused to your detriment. What risk is you know the possible things that could occur, and you pretty much know the different probabilities that the things will happen. Uncertainty is either I have no idea what the possible outcomes are, and or I have no idea how likely any of these things will occur. And so now his world has shrunk. He can't do what he likes to do. He has no friends. He has no activities. He has nothing to do. He just has money. So what is the moral of the story? Don't be a Rick.